What's up guys, Davey Fisher here, trainer and Musclepharm athlete. Today I'm going to be taking you guys through an upper body arms workout. We're going to be supersetting biceps and triceps and doing a lot of volume, so let's do our best to keep the rest low and things productive. This workout will take about 45 to 60 minutes and it's going to be hard. Virtually all of this workout is going to be supersetted, which means we're going to alternate between biceps and triceps exercises and then finish with an ab burnout at the very end. Let's get things started. Our first superset is going to consist of bench dip 21s and forehead curl 21s. We're going to be doing these 21s as a form of pre-exhaustion right when we start our workout to isolate different ranges of motion, but also to prime the biceps and triceps to get them ready for the rest of the workout. With the dips, the first 7 repetitions are going to have the most exaggerated range of motion. We're going to start from the very bottom portion of the dip and only press up to halfway with the arms still flexed, returning back down to the bottom position, keeping the lower back nice and close and tight next to the bench while doing so, and keeping the grip also nice and close to the shoulders, about shoulder width apart. The second set of 7 repetitions of this first set is going to be the top half of the range of motion. So we're going to reach full extension with the arms virtually locked out at the top of the movement and then approach a 90-degree bend at the bottom of the movement. The last 7 repetitions of this set will be performed with full range of motion all the way from the bottom to the top of the movement, reaching full extension in the elbows. Because we're supersetting here, we're going to try to limit the rest as much as possible between the triceps dips and your first set of the biceps curl. Try to keep it to less than a minute if possible. The first 7 repetitions of this biceps curl will be performed up to a 90-degree bend as part of the bottom portion of the movement. Following that up once again with the top half of the movement from 90-degree bend all the way up to forehead height, returning back down to that starting position. And then finishing up with that full range of motion with full flexion at the top of the movement at the forehead and then full extension at the bottom of the movement down by the hips. If you want to make this a little bit more physically difficult, add a 1-second pause at the end point of each repetition to really isolate that range of motion. Try to keep it to less than 1 minute of rest and then take it back to the bench for the triceps dips. Next up, we're going to be isolating just the triceps, and it's going to be a lot of repetitions, so once again, you might want to go with a little bit lighter weight. We're going to be doing 3 different variations of a skull crusher exercise. The first 12 are going to be completed to the nose, the second 12 to the forehead, and then the final 12 behind the head. Then we're going to repeat with 10, 10, and 10, and then 8, 8, and 8 to finish. By doing these 3 different variations of the triceps extension, we can individually target different portions of the triceps muscle. You want to avoid locking out the joints here because that would mean giving the muscle a break, and we're trying to maximize the amount of time under tension. Even though we're just working with biceps and triceps, this workout does have a lot of volume and is not your average biceps and triceps workout. It's going to be very physically taxing and it's going to kick your ass. For this next superset, we're going to be doing hammer curls and straight bar triceps pushdowns. The first set of each movement we performed at 15 reps. The second set will be 12 reps, then 10 reps, and then finishing off the 4th set with 8 repetitions each. With these hammer curls, make sure to tuck the elbows in, press the shoulders back and down, and flare the handles out as you reach full flexion at the top of the movement before returning back to the starting position. Adding the flare out at the top of the movement makes this movement a little bit more dimensional and attacks the biceps from a little bit different angle and fuller ranges of motion. With the straight bar pushdown, keep those elbows locked into your sides and also the shoulders rolled back and down throughout the entire range of motion. In order to maximize mind-muscle connection here, really focus on deliberate repetitions and keeping things under control. Our final superset is going to be preacher curls and rope handle triceps extensions. Because we're approaching the end of the workout, our target rep range here is just failure, anything between about 12 and 15 repetitions. I want you to do 3 sets of each of these exercises. Like I mentioned earlier, with this preacher curl, avoid locking out the joint at the very bottom of the movement to keep the muscle and the biceps engaged. Also, make sure you're controlling the eccentric portion of this lift and exaggerating the range of motion while we lengthen to full extension before bringing it back up a little bit faster to flexion. With the next exercise, the rope handle triceps extensions, similar to what we did with the hammer curl and the rope handles, try to flare the hands out at the bottom of the movement while keeping the elbows tucked in. That last portion where we flare the hands out at the bottom of the movement will engage more of the triceps muscle and make it a little bit more physically productive. Remember, these are the last few sets of each exercise that we're gonna do, so let's attempt to reach burnout and really work each set to failure. Now that we've burned out the biceps and triceps, we only have one thing left, and that is our ab rollout finisher. Allow 5 to 10 minutes to complete this because it's probably gonna be harder than you think. We're gonna attempt to do 100 total reps of this ab rollout, taking breaks whenever necessary. Try to limit both the amount of times you recover, but also the amount of recovery you take in between breaks. As a supplemental part of your routine, remember, core and abs is something you can train virtually every day, so we're gonna include it at the very end of this workout. Whenever you're overloading volume like this, make sure that you do it on a pretty infrequent basis, maybe every 2 or 3 weeks, and more specifically with this biceps and triceps workout towards the end of your week when you've already worked out virtually all their movements and muscle groups. After finishing this workout, it's gonna feel like you have nothing left in your biceps and triceps, so it's important to be proactive about your recovery, but also what you put into your body post-workout. The full description for this workout is outlined below here at Bodybuilding.com. If you ever have any questions or anything else, feel free to get in touch with me at Davey Fisher. For more videos and articles from athletes like me, make sure you check out Bodybuilding.com. I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure you click and subscribe.